Good morning, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host.
Good morning and welcome to the Farm and Home Show. Today you're in for part 3 of our discussion with Dr. Nicole Gauthier. She's our Extension Plant Pathologist with the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. We've had a little bit of everything from general disease on the first day to how to ID it. And now we're going to talk about, the actual resources that we have after you've had it ID'd.
Right, managing disease is the hard part. So, it doesn't matter what you have if you don't do anything about it. So that's always the #1 question that I receive. And even though I back everyone up to part 1, part 3 is what everybody wants. It's disease management.
Can we just rush ahead to part 3?
That's right. Write me a prescription.
That's right. We want to know all about it. So after they get it ID'd, that's really important for, like you said, the management portions of the recommendations. So, like, what type of things can they look at after they have it ID'd? And I don't know if you want to take a specialty crop and kind of look at that as an example, but what are some of the options for those?
So when we manage disease, the first thing we have to remember, well, we talked about on day 1 that it isn't always disease, even though it looks like it. So once we're sure it's disease, we know what it is. We have to decide how we're going to manage it. It's not always a fungicide, and fungicides are not curative. And that's really a misleading idea. That some people think that once disease occurs, they can use a fungicide and then it'll go away. But fungicides are not curative, and that's the hard part about plant disease. So waiting to scout, waiting to find some threshold is not the way we do it, and that's really hard for people who don't really, who haven't done this before. True. Our commercial growers have gotten that part down, but for a backyard grower, is to understand that we have to know what our risk is, and you have to believe me when I say that the time of infection is when you're actually going to protect your plants. So sometimes it's March or April that we're protecting your plant for a disease that might not develop until July or August. So it's just that faith in preventative applications, and whether that application is cultural practices like sanitation or pruning, or whether it's something like a fungicide, it all kind of goes in there as management tasks.
Yeah, and I think that's hard for people to grasp sometimes, because it's like, it's happening currently, but you think you can just spray something during that time. But like you said, the infection might have happened back in March and April.
That's right, days, weeks, months before we see symptoms. So technically the word disease means symptoms. It doesn't mean infection. So infection comes way before disease.
I tell you, I learned so much from you. Symptoms instead of that right there.
Yes.
Okay, so talk to us about some of our information that you've got with us today.
Okay, so the first one I want to show here, this is our commercial management guide. So this is like the super duper spray guide of all spray guides. This is not what our homeowners will use. These are products that are expensive. They're very specialized, and so back to the idea that we have to have proper identification. There is specificity in our products. So this is the spray guide that commercial growers use. This is not something that a backyard grower is going to use at all.
I gotcha.
So that's really important. And if you go on to an internet search, you can often find this commercial guide. So don't be tempted to open that one and download that one.
That one's pretty thick too.
It's really thick. There's a lot of information here. And for a large grower, a backyard grower even might choose this guide or something in that line, but a typical backyard grower will not. So instead, I brought just a couple of examples of some of our, what we call these our backyard guides. These are 2. This one in particular, it says backyard apple disease and pest management using cultural controls. So this one is online. This is not a printed version. That's why I just have computer printouts. And it basically has a schedule, a calendar schedule.
I like the way it's laid out.
Yeah, so we have combined disease management, insect management, and some other management tasks. What to do when, basically. So that includes your cultural practices. That includes when to prune, what to do with those cuttings, when to rake, when to mulch. when to soil test.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very all important. And this is free, so you can pick it up at your extension office. And we appreciate you coming along today to talk to us about all the things related to fruit disease. If you have any questions, contact your local extension office. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
If you have questions about today's topic, please call the Warren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.